Top 10 Shockingly Dark Video Games. Video games have often gotten the short end of the stick for stories. Developers have produced incredible stories with shocking twists and dreadful ends in the last few years. Writing is becoming more important in gaming, and the whole industry is benefiting, especially gamers. It's rare for light-hearted video games to have dark endings, but these games hold some shocking twists for the player. Welcome to BingeTv, and here are the top 10 shockingly dark video games. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up, share, and subscribe to the channel to see our latest content. Without further ado, let's begin the video. 10th place, Cave Story. Cave Story dives into dark, depressing, and heartbreaking material. The game contains quirkiness throughout its world of robots and mad scientists, but it's all a facade hiding genetic experimentation, torture, and death. Even if the player manages to meet the objectives and unlock the good ending, they will still be left with a bittersweet tale by the credits roll. Sometimes the player just can't save them all. 9th place, Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight relies more on the strange and unusual horrific imagery. The game contains an insect-inspired art style, but a grim and gothic storyline set in the dark recesses of hollowness. The game has the potential to jump scare you after every little while, but the lore and the environmental storytelling are exceptionally dark and mysterious. While it might not be precisely nightmare-inducing, for sure it's gloomy. 8th place, Sly 2, Band of Thieves. Sly 2 Band of Thieves has stealth gameplay, but its end takes a severely dark U-turn when in the final battle with Constable Nayla, who controls the body of the villain Clockwork, the mechanical owl's jaws clamp down onto Bentley, critically damaging him. Cooper successfully manages to talk Inspector Fox out of arresting Bentley and Murray, with the object of Sly's affection taking him in instead. Though the game ends with Sly escaping comically, the dark ending is so impactful that it carries over into the next game, with Murray still wrestling with his guilt over how slow he was to save Bentley. 7th place, Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 is one of the scariest video games of all time due to the visceral thrills it provides and the psychological torment that the game forces you through. The final plot twist is revealed when the protagonist James actually killed his wife before the game started. All the monsters are just creepy manifestations of his guilt. It's a horrifying plot twist, it throws the game's entire events into question, and it well and truly messes with your head. 6th place, Spec Ops: The Line. Spec Ops: The Line has a terrifying story. You play as Martin Walker, a captain who searches for the traumatized Colonel John Conrad. But things change when you encounter the spooky Conrad's corpse, indicating that you have been hallucinating throughout the entire game. It turns out that Walker created Conrad in his mind to rationalize the horrible atrocities he committed throughout the war and blame them on someone else. 5th place, Bioshock Infinite. In Bioshock Infinite, you must battle Comstock, who is hell-bent on keeping Elizabeth in Columbia. Later in the game, you will learn that Comstock is an evil version of you from an alternate dimension that stole your daughter Anna through a tear in the space-time continuum and renamed her Elizabeth. It's still a fantastic twist that will make you realize that all the time you were suspecting other characters of kidnapping Anna. 4th place, Halo. Halo was an incredible science fiction thriller that contained a terrifying twist. After wondering what Halo is and believing that the Covenant is your enemy throughout the game, you eventually learn the freaky truth about the Halo ring built as a defense mechanism against the Flood. This parasitic entity assimilates biological entities like humans and the Covenant. Activating the ring will destroy the Flood by killing its hosts, including the galaxy. 3rd place, Resident Evil. The story of Resident Evil contains a fun twist. After believing that Wesker is one of you, a devoted member of the STARS team, you eventually learn that he is a double agent working with Umbrella and hoping to use the Tyrant for his own selfish devices. There's an extra twist as you are led to believe that the Tyrant kills Wesker, but he actually survives and becomes the head villain of the entire series. It's a simple plot twist, and it's certainly been done before, but it's just as effective as it was the first time we've seen it. 2nd place, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2 was a classic close shave followed by a heroic moment, but few gamers expected the outcome to flip back on itself again, resulting in Roach and Simon Ghost Riley being killed. The two operatives successfully retrieved the DSM from Makarov's safe house on the Georgian-Russian border, but find themselves pinned down by overwhelming enemy fire when trying to evacuate. Ghost and Roach make their way to the aircraft and confirm that they've retrieved the DSM, to which Shepard says that this is one less loose end, before shooting them both point blank. Gamers were then shocked to witness Shepard's men throw Roach and Ghost in a ditch and douse them in gasoline, while Captain Price can be heard on the radio frantically trying to tell them that Shepard is not to be trusted. Before we get to the top spot on our list, here's a look at some honorable mentions. First place, Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the greatest stories in gaming history and arguably the most tragic. Arthur is perfectly healthy and robust throughout the first half of the game, but sometime around the halfway mark he begins to develop a cough. You certainly notice it, although you don't tend to think anything of it. However, that all changes when he collapses in Saint Denis and is diagnosed with TB. With this news, his entire life is thrown upside down, and the rest of the game consists of him getting progressively weaker and sicker until he dies. So, what are your thoughts on these video games? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, make sure to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time for more.